Romanesco Decoded, the vegetable that grows in Fibonacci spirals. Pick up a head of Romanesco, and you are holding one of the most mathematically striking objects in nature. The whole vegetable is built from dozens of pale lime green conical florets, each one made up of smaller conical florets arranged in a spiral, each of those made of even smaller cones in the same spiral pattern, all the way down to the limit of visibility. This is a true mathematical fractal, a self-similar structure that repeats at every scale, and the spirals follow the Fibonacci sequence. Count the spirals in one direction, and you get a Fibonacci number. Count them in the other direction, and you get the next Fibonacci number. This is geometry expressing itself in biology in one of the most visible and edible ways possible. In the next few minutes, we are going to take the Romanesco apart and find vitamin C, vitamin K, fiber, sulforaphane, carotenoids, and a vegetable that is, biologically, exactly the same species as broccoli and cauliflower. Botanically, Romanesco is a cultivar of Brassica oleracea, the same single species that has been cultivated into broccoli, cauliflower, kale, collards, kohlrabi, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. All of these vegetables are the same species, selectively bred for thousands of years to emphasize different parts of the plant. Romanesco was developed in Italy in the 16th century, with documented references in Roman markets by the 1500s. The visible part is the immature flower head, called the curd. In Romanesco, the curd has differentiated into the spiral arrangement of conical florets that defines the vegetable. The structure is the same, the geometry is what changed. The spirals in a head of Romanesco are not random. They follow a mathematical sequence first described by Fibonacci in the 13th century, in which each number is the sum of the two preceding numbers. In Romanesco, the spirals usually count to 13 one way and 21 the other way, or 8 and 13. These are consecutive Fibonacci numbers, and the angle between successive florets is the golden angle, approximately 137.5 degrees. This is the same angle that determines the arrangement of seeds in a sunflower, scales in a pine cone, and leaves around a plant stem. The Fibonacci spiral is the most efficient way for a plant to pack growth units around a central axis without overlap. You are eating geometry made of plant tissue. 100 grams of fresh Romanesco delivers approximately 55 milligrams of vitamin C, which is around 60% of the daily recommended intake. This is roughly equivalent to broccoli and higher than most leafy greens. The same serving provides about 120% of daily vitamin K, essential for blood clotting and bone formation. The combination of high vitamin C and high vitamin K in a single low-calorie vegetable is genuinely rare. Vitamin C supports collagen synthesis, immune function, and antioxidant defense. Vitamin K is required for the activation of several proteins involved in calcium metabolism, particularly osteocalcin in bone and matrix GLA protein in arteries. Diets adequate in vitamin K have been associated in multiple large studies with improved bone density and reduced arterial calcification. A cup of cooked Romanesco delivers about 3 grams of dietary fiber, roughly 15% of daily folate, 10% of daily potassium, and meaningful amounts of manganese, phosphorus, and magnesium. The fiber is primarily insoluble cellulose and lignin from the cell walls, but Romanesco also contains soluble fibers, including pectin. Folate is essential for cell division and red blood cell formation, particularly important during pregnancy. The potassium contributes to blood pressure regulation and fluid balance. The total caloric load is low, about 25 calories per cup of cooked florets, making the nutrient-to-calorie ratio one of the highest of any vegetable. Like all members of the Brassica oleracea family, Romanesco contains glucosinolates, sulfur-containing compounds unique to the cruciferous vegetables. When the plant tissue is chopped, chewed, or otherwise disrupted, an enzyme called myrosinase converts these glucosinolates into isocyanocyanates, the most studied of which is sulforaphane. Sulforaphane has been investigated extensively for its anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, and detoxification-supporting effects. It activates the NRF2 pathway, which upregulates the body's own antioxidant and phase 2 detoxification enzymes. Studies in laboratory and animal models have shown reduced tumor growth, improved cardiovascular markers, and enhanced clearance of environmental toxins. To preserve the sulforaphane content, Romanesco should be lightly steamed or eaten raw. High-heat cooking destroys the myrosinase enzyme and reduces conversion. Chopping Romanesco a few minutes before cooking allows the enzyme to start working before heat inactivates it. The pale lime green color of Romanesco comes from a combination of chlorophyll and carotenoid pigments, particularly lutein, zeaxanthin, and beta-carotene. Lutein and zeaxanthin selectively accumulate in the macula of the eye, where they form a protective yellow pigment that absorbs blue light and reduces oxidative damage. Diets rich in these carotenoids have been linked to reduced rates of age-related macular degeneration. The chlorophyll content also contributes meaningful magnesium, since chlorophyll molecules are built around a central magnesium atom. So what do you actually get when you slice into a head of Romanesco? You get 60% of your daily vitamin C in a small serving. You get more than your daily vitamin K, supporting bone and cardiovascular health. You get sulforaphane from the brassica family, one of the most studied bioactive compounds in the vegetable kingdom. You get folate, potassium, fiber, and meaningful minerals at extremely low caloric cost. You get carotenoids, lutein and zeaxanthin protecting your eyes, beta-carotene contributing to vitamin A status. And you get a vegetable that grows in perfect Fibonacci spirals, a true mathematical fractal that you can see, Hold, slice, and eat. The geometry is real. The chemistry is bioactive. Slice it, reveal the fractal, and eat the spiral.